Okay, good evening. I'm just touching base. It is August 31st, 2023. And okay, so I have posted a couple of videos. I uploaded a couple of videos and I just want to touch on some things, that I uploaded and explain some of those things, and then talk about some other things that has been going on. And so the last thing that I uploaded just today was just this incident that I went to go, because my other glasses broke, my prescription glasses, and I never had glasses in my life. Okay, so I hate even having glasses, but these are like a very minor prescription, but I still need them to read and to so I have to, so they broke, and I had this one place that usually would just repair it, and but he said they couldn't repair it, and then he couldn't even find my prescription. And I said, well, gosh, I've been here for a couple of years. I've been coming here, and there was never a problem before. And this guy was just acting like he didn't want to help me at all. And so I was starting to get really mad. And then this other lady, comes up and finds my prescription right away and just prints it out. And that's what I needed, was just the prescription that they did, so I can go and get new frames, this is just a temporary right now. My other glasses broke, and so I have to go get those fixed. And it's like if you don't have if you don't have the right prescription, it's kind of like blurry, or you can't see, it's a big deal for driving, for working, for everything, if you're kind of like struggling to see and whatever. And it's like, this never happened before. This was only in the last couple of years for me, and I hate even wearing glasses. But and so I don't know why this guy was such a jerk. And so I just posted that. And it's not like I'm trying to be revengeful towards these businesses. That's not what it's about. For me, so I'm not trying to be revengeful, but I just find it very unprofessional. I know that I'm a veteran. I've been getting my, I got my prescription here, and you can't even find my prescription. Like, that's your job. Like, why is it so hard? Why is it so hard to find my prescription? He just didn't, and he was just like blatantly not wanting to help me. That's what made me angry. Just, blatant total disrespect, not wanting to help me. And she walks up and is like, oh yeah, here it is, let's print it out. Just like, that's why I recorded it, because it was so dumb. It was like, oh really? She prints it out in like 1 minute. So that's why I get very upset. There's a lot of businesses that are just kind of like showing their true colors right now on who, what direction they really lie. Like I had exposed USAA, and they still to this day have never completely taken care of this car accident situation. I'll get into that at a different video, but it's like a huge conglomerate mess, the way the whole thing was handled. And I will never recommend USAA ever again. I had them since 2008. Okay, I've been a faithful customer, and they have treated me and other veterans horrible. I would recommend every veteran to cancel them, everything you have against them. They have been completely, what's happening is they got completely controlled by the deep state, infiltrated. That's the word, infiltrated. Everything is slowly being infiltrated by the deep state. Okay, a lot of businesses, the government agencies, the military. Okay, so USAA got infiltrated by the deep state. And whoever did my claim was some kind of deep state agent, and they just screwed it up as much as you can possibly imagine. And then it was so weird. It was like I wasn't even dealing with the same claim agent every day, every time I called. Normally you just have one claim agent and they handle your case all the way through. Oh no, you know, I was dealing with like a different person every day with this incident because you know, they knew they were doing something shady. Okay, so USAA is very, very shady. Something's been going on with them where they've been getting infiltrated. I would not recommend anyone to be with USAA anymore. Any veterans or anything. They're not good anymore. And even the auto body shop told me that. They said they can't even get them to pay different things anymore. So even the auto body shops are having issues with USAA. So, I mean, you know, this is just straight from the auto body shop's mouth, too. So, and then also AARP, for some reason, you know, I had this AARP, they like give you like discounts on restaurants, travel, hotels, and stuff like that. It's like $16 a year. So I thought, well, what the heck, you know. But then they treated me like crap too. They just, you know, they would say, hey, you know, rejoin this year and we'll send you a tote, you know, or like a free gift. And then they would never send me the free gift. You know, I'd pay and then they would never, and then I would have to like call them back like 3 times. I never received the free gift that you said you were going to send. You know, are you going to fraud me? You know, and so I would, you know, they were trying to be all fraudulent with me. So, I mean, I don't recommend that company either. They don't support patriots. So you know, I would recommend switching to AMAC. This company called AMAC, who is very similar to AARP, do the same kind of thing. Same kind of discounts, restaurant discounts, hotel discounts, travel discounts. Okay, so, you know, just, you know, I don't reckon, you know, just because that's how we can fight back against the deep state, is just not giving these deep state companies our money. You know, that's one of the best ways to do it. So, and then I posted a video about this Kansas State Turnpike, you know, and how I couldn't pay online. So I don't even know how I was able to get off the tollway without paying for this ticket. So I don't even know why I even got this ticket in the mail, because I don't know how did I even get off the tollway without paying. So I got this $10 ticket in the mail and I was trying to pay it, you know, before I got a fine or something. And wait, where's this other thing I was going to show you? And so okay. So then, anyway, so I was able to finally log on to that, but, and pay that. Okay. And I don't know why I wasn't able to log on that day. But I wasn't able to log on and I wasn't able to get a hold of anybody or anything. And so it was, you know, pretty crazy. But the one ticket that I keep getting sent in the mail is this one from Texas. And I'm trying to find it here. I had an example I was going to show you. Texas tag ticket. Where is it? Where'd it go? Okay, well, anyway, it's from the Texas Tag Company, and it's I mean, I literally got sent a picture of myself of my car, you know, my license plate with some kind of fine, you know, saying I, you know, drove through some kind of camera light on a certain date. And anyway, And it, you know, the thing is that it's such a joke because I wasn't even driving the car in the picture. It couldn't have been me because I wasn't even driving that car anymore when I left Texas. I was driving a different car. I had, you know, I was driving a Pontiac back from Texas because I had been gifted a Pontiac Grand Prix from this veteran organization called Warrior Garage in Georgia. And I put my name on this list that I could use a new vehicle because my vehicle had a lot of mileage, and I put my name on this list, and I got a call, and I got, you know, they said, we do have, you know, somebody that donated a Pontiac. Do you want to come take a look at it? So I got a 2005 Pontiac Grand Prix donated to me, and that's what I was driving back from Texas. Okay, and I'm very thankful to Warrior Garage in Georgia. They clean up these cars that are donated, and then they, you know, they're donating them to veterans. Okay, and it's, you know, just, it needed a little bit of work, but you know, it's, you know, it's not that bad of a car. Okay, so that is what I was driving back from Texas. So I mean, I get this ticket in the mail with me driving my other, you know, the other vehicle that I used to have, and I said that's not even possible because I wasn't even driving that vehicle back when I drove back from Texas. So I couldn't have gone through your camera light with that vehicle because I wasn't even driving that vehicle. You know, so I mean, that's why I don't even trust these tolls and these camera tickets and stuff, because I mean, that was a total scam because I clearly was not even driving that car. And so, you know, I'm trying to deal with them. It's like a $30-some ticket, but I mean, you know, if this is a scam, you know, why should I have to pay it when, you know, I can prove that I wasn't even driving that car? Like, how do I prove to you that I don't have to pay this ticket because this is a total scam? I wasn't even driving this car, you know? So watch out for Texas, these camera tickets in Texas, because they are a total scam. Okay, they sent me a picture of a car with my license plate that I was not even driving anymore with some $30-some fine. You know, and I'm just like, what a joke. I mean, I wasn't even driving that car anymore. I didn't even have that car anymore. So how could you have a picture of my car driving through a camera light that I didn't even have that car anymore? You know, I mean, you know, that's what I'm saying. So anyway, but anyway, so the other thing that I wanted, so I did take a trip to this convention, and I got to speak there, and I uploaded that video. So this was a convention called Tesla Tech in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and I've been wanting to go. This is a convention that has gone on every year for about 18 years, where people, it has nothing to do with Elon Musk and his Tesla cars. Okay, this has to do with Nikola Tesla, inventions, people that are inventors, and people that have different types of products that have alternative fuel type products, hydrogen based fuel, or different things like that, because Tesla was very involved, very ahead of his time with alternative energies. So there's a lot of people that are very intrigued by Nikola Tesla's work, and they have been for centuries. I mean not centuries, but since, you know, for about 50 years, you know. So I mean, because he was so far ahead of his time with his inventions and his technology. So there's so I got to display, there's people that display their products and their inventions, and then you get to speak. There's speaker conventions the whole convention, and we got to hear a bunch of really interesting speakers. And so I got a chance to speak about my product, and I have been a part of this company since 2007, and there's times that I've done really well, and then there's times where I've been had issues. Like I was doing these videos a few years ago where I was talking about how many problems I was having with USPS and how many of my products were arriving damaged. And I was trying to, call them and say, hey, look, I have a mail tampering issue going on here, and, I was having like a whole slew of products being just completely, totally damaged when they arrived to the customer. And it was so frustrating, and it was so embarrassing because it was nothing that I did on my end, and I was taking pictures of how they were packaged, and I was going to the the postmaster, and I was making sure that I was packaging everything correctly. I got certification that I was packing everything correctly from the postmaster. I got and still they're arriving completely damaged. So that I'm making phone calls to the Postmaster General, and I didn't receive any phone call back ever from the Postmaster General in Minnesota, and I've never received any phone call back from the fraud department of the USPS. And then I tried reporting it to the Roseville police in Roseville, Minnesota, and they never looked into it properly. I mean, these are serious mail tampering issues, and nobody is taking it seriously. Like, can you imagine the type of things that could be happening through our mail if nobody is overseeing and taking seriously the type of threats like this? Like, I mean, I have my mail being tampered with. I had my mail, so for years I wasn't even trying to market my product or trying to promote it in any way because I was having so many issues with this mail tampering issue. That is kind of what has been happening. And for me as a business owner, it's been a huge issue. And so that is why I've had to just be flexible in different things that I'm doing. And and so I am still very frustrated to this day that nobody has taken this mail tampering thing seriously. I have filed so many complaints. I've got so many pictures and different things of this mail, my mail being damaged, and evidence that I submitted, and I've never gotten any kind of reimbursement of any kind, and I've it's costed me hundreds and hundreds of dollars to repair this damage. And so I was so frustrated you can't imagine. So anyway, I wanted to touch base with a couple of these just this video here, and explain a couple things and touch base. And so I hope that I'm sorry, and then I forgot to mention this last court thing. Yeah, and it's very important that I mention this last court thing that I uploaded is so I've been getting pulled over multiple times for years. Okay, so I had a Zoom court date, and it didn't say that I couldn't record it, so I went ahead and just recorded it on my computer, as you can see, and I uploaded it. And, the lady is trying to say, she doesn't, she couldn't, the judge was saying that she didn't have she wouldn't release the evidence that she had that I was supposedly on the phone, because the police officer that day tried to say that I was on the phone and I had a brake light up, and I wasn't on the phone. Okay, so at this point, I think that they look pretty stupid, because I know that they don't have any evidence that I was on the phone, and that, you know, they pretty much were just making up that charge against me to see if they could make up a charge. Okay, and that is what they've done to me before. That is what they've done multiple times to me before, and other people. They make up charges. Okay, and so that, you know, she didn't have any evidence. So if you don't have any evidence, and you're if you put down a charge against somebody and you don't have any evidence, to me that's perjury. To me that's lying, that's perjury. To me, the police officer should be in trouble. And if the lawyer, if the judge knew that the police officer didn't have any evidence and still went ahead and tried to charge me with this as well, then as far as I'm concerned, she's in perjury as well. And, you know, trying to charge me with a false crime. So as far as I'm concerned, I think they both need to be in trouble. You know, because you're trying to charge me with a false crime, and which clearly you have no evidence for, and that's why I was trying to ask for the evidence, but you had no evidence. And you know this because you know this was a fake charge. Okay? So to me, this is pretty obvious that this is a fake charge, and they pretty much know they got caught trying to pursue a fake charge against me. And this is what has happened to me for years. For years. You know, they just throw these fake charges at me and other targeted individuals, and then the court's like, you know, butting heads against, you know, Goliath to try to get it dismissed. You know, they don't want to do, you know, you could see that they just don't want to dismiss anything. They want to just keep continuing and wasting your time and wasting your time and your energy and your money until you give up. And then they had me wait for an hour. They were hoping that I would just, you know, hang up. So then they could say she didn't show up for court. Then they could issue a warrant. You see the games they play? That's why I had to get on the phone and do that video saying, hey, I've been on the phone for an hour. Okay, thank God I have this channel that I can expose these type of things. Okay, because otherwise they would have made this thing saying, oh, she didn't show up for court, and then they would have issued a warrant. Okay, these are the type of dirty games that the police and the courts have been playing with me for years, and other people. This is real. You've seen it firsthand. And as far as I'm concerned, and then she's trying to tell me that I need to pay for seeing the evidence against me. You know, I'm sorry, we're right in court. You need to show, we're right in court now. So, you know, I don't need to pay for anything. You know, you need to present the evidence in court. And and then she's trying to say that I need to pay some kind of fee. When they're trying to force you to pay any kind of fee that you don't need to pay, that's called racketeering. That's another charge. So, you know, here we are with a couple charges called perjury and racketeering. Okay? So know your law and know these basic things for your protection, because, you know, as far as I'm concerned, both the police officer and the judge should be charged with perjury and racketeering, and the judge with racketeering, because they're trying to force me to pay for the evidence that is rightfully mine to see without paying anything. Okay, so, you know, this is a racketeering game. This is all about the money. It has nothing to do with justice anymore. So you can see firsthand now for yourself what is going on. Okay, all right. So, all right, thank you.